take it from there, we leave that decision up to you. We only have one question to ask. Are you ready? Crossing the Void Radio, every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time on the Hazy Radio Network. To learn more about Crossing the Void Radio, go to our website, www.crossingthevoidradio.com.
This is Kristen from the Enlightened Circle. Join us Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, where we'll feature great guests, enlightening information, and spiritual healing. If you have questions about or for the universe, the Enlightened Circle is where you want to be. Tuesdays at 10, only on the Hazy Radio Network.
You're listening to the Hazy Radio Network, hazyradio.com.
Sing like a bird, singing your song all day till it gets dark, and then speak like an owl, saying who's that in my heart? Well, it's you, and baby it's true. All of my life I've waited for you. I'm taking flight and telling the world that you love me too. Oh baby, when you walk into the room, everybody turns to stare at you as they all pick their jaws off the floor. It's plain to see, girl, it's you they adore, and I can't help but sing, oh, I'll sing like a bird, singing your song all day till it gets dark, and then speak like an owl, saying who's that in my heart? Well, it's you, and baby it's true. All of my life I've waited for you. I'm taking flight and telling the world that you love me too. Oh baby, when you're walking by my side, everybody turns as we pass by. Oh, you've got those angel eyes, and you flash that starry smile, and I think this is what flying feels like. Oh, and I'll sing like a bird, singing your song all day till it gets dark, and then speak like an owl, saying who's that in my heart? Well, it's you, baby, it's true. And all of my life I've waited for you. I'm taking flight and telling the world that you love me too. I'm taking flight and telling the world.
Welcome back to the Rock and Roll Psychic Radio Show with your host, Andrew Brewer.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rock and Roll Psychic Radio. Again, my name is Andy Brewer. I'm here with the lovely, vivacious, not Scott here, the lovely, vivacious Cedar Host. Now, I want to thank our guest for the first hour, Karen Cat Sherman, Buddha Barbie herself. And in that theme, as we talked about the first hour, it's about women helping other women step into their own personal power. I, being a boy, enjoy being around beautiful women. So, maybe there was a theme here with Karen and with Shannon. Beautiful women stepping into their power, well, it's a perk that comes with whatever it comes with. And the reason, so I want to talk a little bit about our guests in the second hour. Shannon.Million. Shannon is, the thing is, one of the beauties of Shannon. Shannon is beautiful, amazing, but she's like super smart. I mean, like Mensa off the hook crazy smart. But she has a way of kind of downplaying that, but it's there. She is very organized. She has that super cerebral, but yet she can be a pinup model, which she is, Shannon.Million, the Rockin' Pinup, and she's very successful at that. The thing that's beautiful about Shannon, and the same with Karen too, but I've seen Shannon in action more. The thing that's really beautiful about Shannon, one of the reasons I wanted to invite her as the guest this evening, is that she has this very infectious kind of energy. She brings people together, and I think that that's one of the really key elements when you look at women, empowering women. They have to have a certain amount of street cred. At the same time, they have to have an energetic dynamic in which they can embrace and support other women without annoying them too much. So that there's a fine line. It's a complex universe to jump into, to be iconic and beautiful and powerful and help others at the same time, not try to annoy them too much. Shannon is able to do that. I really do think that Shannon's kind of amazing at doing that. And one of the ways that she does that is perhaps a little non-traditional, in that one of the things that Shannon does is she works with women, helping them to come out of their shell somewhat through burlesque. And we're going to talk about that. And I think that to me, it's a really interesting concept of how Shannon goes about it. And I realize, just like with Karen, that these are the most bizarre intros either of these women have ever had for any of their appearances, but you got to consider the source. And so with Shannon, the power to help others and help them, again, the commonality between Karen, the Buddha Barbie, and Shannon, the Rockin' Pinup, is that these are beautiful women, models, beautiful women, but yet at the same time super smart, spiritual, but they're doing lots of different things, not just for themselves, but to kind of help elevate those around them. So rather than just kind of keep singing her praises, I want to bring Shannon on because she has a lot of things coming up here. One of the things reason that I wanted Shannon to come on this week was that she has a lot going on this weekend, and I want to have a chance to talk about that. So I would say if I haven't embarrassed her too much, but I know Shannon, I don't think I've embarrassed her too much. Our guest this evening, the Rockin' Pinup herself, Shannon.Million. Shannon, darling, how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. So, did the stuff that I said make sense, I hope?
Oh, yeah, absolutely all of it. And I think the other piece that people should probably know is that I actually live in Nashville, Tennessee. The cool thing about Nashville is that it is really an up-and-coming entertainment city in this town. The other super cool thing about Nashville is that it is not just a pop country town. There are so many amazingly talented people in this town who do a myriad of other things, other types of performance art. And I have been fortunate enough to meet a ton of them and to have them kind of in my inner circle. So the troupe that I have that you were talking about is Burlesque Off-Broadway. And while it started out centered all around the art of burlesque, which really is more about, empowering women to take the stage and showcase their beauty in their own personal style, and not necessarily to get naked, because you never really do in burlesque. You get close, but it's a really interesting art form that I think people are still trying to figure out. I mean, as old-fashioned as it is, and as long as it's been around, it's still one of those things. There are nuances about it that people just don't understand, and it's still kind of a little taboo for some people, which kind of makes it interesting, but also creates this misnomer where people don't really know exactly what it is. So our show started out being about the art of burlesque, but it has evolved into a whole lot more than that. We have singers, we have all sorts of dancers. When it comes to dancers, we have a male pole dancer, we have a drag queen. We also have fire spinners and fire breathers and belly dancers and grinder girls and hula hoop artists and just, like I said, a myriad of different types of performers. All of these are, most of them are just an amazing group of beautiful women who and they're all very different. It's not that typical, everybody has to look like a 6 foot tall, slender, perfectly built, Sports Illustrated super swim model, but it's an amazing group. So we're doing an event this Friday. It's called Stupid Cupid. And we keep telling people, whether you love or hate Valentine's Day, we're going to be dancing to songs that are either about how stupid it is to be in love or how, we love to love you, baby. So it's going to be a fun show for sure.
Yeah, and the thing that's beautiful about this, and I've been to some of these shows, I actually blew off going to a big event in Minneapolis to go down to the Witches Ball in Nashville. I wanted to go, so I actually rerouted my whole itinerary to come down there and hang around. And the thing that's, I've known you for a couple of years, and the thing that I always enjoy when I see you in person, in whatever context that is that you have a way of elevating whatever's going on. I'm not just saying this to be, sugary sweet, a unicorn told me. That's really how I see you. And when I met the other women, like Crystal or Paige Turner, or when I met other people associated with you, they seem to have that same kind of energy. And that's not always so easy to keep all that in a state of balance. And that's also, to me, kind of goes back to your business talent and your intellect. But you and I specifically talked about this burlesque off Broadway and this process as a specific vehicle for helping empower women. And there's body consciousness issues, one of the things that burlesque really looks at, and how women see themselves and all the messages and things that they have to contend with to try to really step into a sense of power and self-esteem. So when women come to you, I'm just going to say a hypothetical. Some woman comes, and maybe she doesn't feel so empowered herself, or she maybe feels she's too heavy or too short or too whatever. What is that process like for you to help her really embrace that it's okay to be a performer, it's okay to be a burlesque artist, it's okay to really share and step into that? That must be sometimes a complicated, conversation, I think.
Well, I think it can be, but the truth of it is that, everybody has something about them that makes them beautiful in some way, shape, or form. And it's usually about figuring out what that thing is about yourself that you feel really confident about. And then focusing on that aspect, focusing on that in your art, in creating, in learning to dance. I've got a friend who promises that she's going to take our stage one day, and she's not yet done it. But she has a baby who's a year and a half, and she's got some of those, body conscious issues. And she's been saying, once I get a little more fit or a little more this, but she's already coming into the fold. She's already starting to become very accepting of, her body as it is. We're never going to be more perfect than we are in this moment. We're never going to be younger. We're never going to be prettier. We're never going to be more athletic. In theory, I guess, in 10 years, I could decide I'm going to start running triathlons again or something like that, which please don't let me do that, Andy. But, most of us, as life goes on, we get a little bit older, we, start to show it here and there. And it's okay, because sometimes there are